that's what you took. Then that's what you took out of that.
Yeah, and Mike, that's
it's really the standpoint of even how it's presented is like really emotional, like real really emotional. And the thing about it is, if you speak and you say what you have to say, right? Allow me to say, my sentiment and my supporting argument. But instead, it just proved that men are overly emotional.
That does not prove anything.
A lot of men are overly emotional and can't.
That does not prove anything.
It certainly does, because
you got to be careful in speaking in absolutes as well.
So was it 4 y'all on here? 1 out of the 4. What is percentage is that? So that's the percentage we're gonna use. That's the statistics we're gonna use tonight, right?
No.
And so and y'all was amening him.
That's a straw man argument. So, it's just like you're reaching for things that are not actually concrete, and you also speak in absolutes.
Not letting me talk. I understand it. You're intimidated. I get it. You won't let me
talk.
Oh man.
Oh God.
Are you related to Q? Oh my God. What the hell's going on? This is absurd.
So you're saying that because you perceived when B was talking as emotional, you're saying that men are emotional?
What I'm saying is, if he represents a category of men that's out there for us single women to choose from, I'd rather stay single, because I don't do well with overly emotional men. I don't do well with men that practice vitriol in their speech as it comes to women. I don't do well with that.
Well, let's break down your statement. What was so emotional about what he was saying?
His hands were flying all over the place. He was loud. He was over talking. It was full of hate, which is an emotion. It was full of vitriol. And then when someone tried to talk, he interjected, because he wanted to make sure his point was across, and then even had to sit there and say, "Well, you ain't no researcher. If you want to get and then tried to go personal with it, instead of just quoting his little false facts, he wanted to sit there and get a little bit personal, emotional with it." So that's why I'm saying what I'm saying.
The average woman that I've dated and has similar reactions does that perpetually.
Well, that's
every single detail.
Say it again, Eddie, and that's a problem, right?
No. I wasn't. Every single detail that you just described, like you're attempting to land that simply on B, but it's just like women perpetually do that. And I exclusively date black women, so I can say black women exclusively do that. A group of women, right? But I'm also not going to take what you say and be like, oh, I'm just going to completely throw all black men under the bus. Like, no. Right? What I would say was missing from your assertion is your overall awareness. If you're aware that you don't want to engage with this type of man, then you don't engage with that type of man. You don't just overall dismiss all black men.
I never said that.
You said it about 2-3 times in your soliloquy.
10 times ago.
You said it about 2-3 times.
You said it.
No, I didn't say.
You said. Oh yeah, you did. Because you said, if men like that, you said it out your own mouth.
Men like that. Yeah.
She said that category. She put you in a category. You're in a category. She don't want a man like that.
Right, but she also speaks in absolute.
So a black woman, I guess, doing all of this and all of that. So that's that.
Ham, how many times have we gone out?
If that's the case, we wouldn't date any of y'all. But
and you gotta tell me, hey, B, tone it down some. You're a little too passionate. You're a little too hyper. So can we not say that's just in my nature? Sometimes I get excited and passionate about certain things.
Yeah.
Can we not say that?
Yeah.
That's fine. But
if Ham talks about the Bible, Ham gets passionate about it. That is who he is. We can say that about all of us on this podcast.
But can you have control of your emotions, though? Can you control your emotions, though?
I can control.
You can be passionate.
I didn't hear you.
You can definitely be passionate, but also be in control. Don't let your emotions control you. Right?
What have I done that was emotional? I got excited. I said I didn't call in one of the names. I didn't throw anything. I didn't
say that either.
But
I'm in the confines of my own home. I can get loud. I have not disrespected
all of those things, and you did do it. But what I'm saying is, when we're having a conversation and someone's trying to have a dialogue, there's a way in which you communicate. Communication one-on-one. The receiver has to hear your message as you being the sender, right? And so part of that breakdown is why I said it's on both of us, because at times we don't listen to one another. Men have a problem at times communicating, and the communication is not just talking, it's also listening for understanding. That is missing.
But you saying all that to say what?
The
Man didn't say anything. Like when he was talking, he's just talking, and he's just talking at the panel.
I think you have more of a disdain with the message.
Yeah, it was what he said. For once, the substance of what he said got to you, not how he was saying it. Well, usually it's how we say it. This time it was what he said.
It was both. It was both because he could sat there and said, stats all day long. Stats don't make you get all emotional, child, and have such passion about some stats. You had passion about those stats because you sound like you were angry with black women. Is what it sounds.
Correct. But I wanted to interject really quick because I knew that stat about black women being least desirable is not right. So it's based off of the data from it's based off of data from OkCupid. So it comes from a dating app from 2014, and the most, and hold on, let me finish. Most of the respondents are non-black men. 82% of people that responded to that aren't black. So for you to stand on that with both of your feet is wrong.
All right, but hold on. What if I was to tell you that research actually came from a college, and that came from
look to see where they got the data from. It's OkCupid, a 2014 blog that was deleted because it was skewed data.
That's not what I found in my.
Well, you can pull it up. I guarantee you. I guarantee you it's from the same. It's from the same OkCupid.
Okay.
Because where else would they get that data from if it's not a dating app?
Yeah. Well, I don't know, but
you think there's a survey out? It's a dating app. That's where he got it from. A 2014 survey, and most of the respondents are non-black men.
I don't agree with that stat.
Neither do I.
It just comes off like some bullshit, but
the
other stuff is accurate. Like,
I agree with the other stuff he said.
The other stuff is, it is what it is. Like.
Right. But to answer Ham's question from earlier, I do blame women. And not to say that's a bad thing. I think men have been the same since the dawn of time. We have not changed. We are the same. I think women have got more educated,
yes,
more income. Mm-hmm. They can get divorces now. They have a choice. Mm-hmm. And that's why you're seeing the divisiveness, or you're seeing the split.
85% of divorces are engaged by women first.
So
That's because marriage doesn't benefit women, but whatever. Go ahead.
It surely doesn't benefit men.
That's another conversation.
You're a lawyer. Come on now. You're a lawyer.
No, divorces don't benefit men, but
marriage.
Marriage.
I don't have to get to the divorce knowing the marriage doesn't benefit me, because most women are not about marriage; they're about the image. I said that earlier.
I wouldn't disagree. I actually wouldn't disagree with you, Eddie. I wouldn't, because there's a lot of women on online right now who are posting every day about their marriages and their kids, and their soon-to-be ex-husbands are DMing me questions about family law because they're actually going through a divorce, and she's still trying to put up the facade.
Miserable.
Right. You are right, Eddie.
I think we need to normalize calling women losers, because there's a whole bunch of them.
Just when I was coming around to liking you a little bit.
I'm going off of the energy of what you just said. I'm just like, there's absolutely no problem calling a man a loser. We just saw an example of it between, Asia and B, right? Like, she disagreed. It's just like, oh, that's God, I never want to be around that type of man. Boom, 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 boom. That's easy, right? But when we call a woman a loser and she's an actual fucking loser, it's just like, oh, you're not supposed to. No, that's not. No, it's okay. Like, women can be losers. That's all right.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm not in a relationship with a woman, so I wouldn't call her a loser within a relationship. But there are some women that I'll look at and be like, she's a fucking loser, just in general, because she ain't got her shit together and she just, like, her mentality's off. Like I check my friends just as much as y'all want to check them. You know what I mean? I'm a friend and a mirror. Like, you gonna get both from me.
Oh, yeah.
So I agree.
I agree with that.
Yeah. Laura, whose fault is it? Come on, man. I ain't going back around again.
I'm not asking you to. Relax. I I can say it's the women's fault.
Why is that?
I think that to some degree we have control over a lot of things, and I can say that sometimes women don't know when to walk away. And so you stay longer than you have to stay. You put up with more than you have to put up with when you could have had better a long time ago. And I'm not speaking as far as, I'm speaking in terms of treatment. I'm speaking in terms of, if this is not like making you happy, if this is not suited for you, leave. But instead, a lot of the times as women, we stay and we hope that we can change this person. We hope that they see the better in us and all these other things, when maybe this person wasn't your person.
Well, the divorce rate statistic is correct, so it wouldn't back up what you're saying.
But I'm just speaking from my experience.
So anecdotal, because you were saying women, so you're saying you leave?
Yeah.
Okay, but you're saying women stay? What are you saying? You saying you stayed in the past, but women leave based on the statistics?
Yeah. I can only speak from my experience. I've never been married, so I can't speak on marriage and divorce. But I'm just saying from my experience, I feel like things could have turned out differently if I had just.
Yeah. So I think what we see is men usually don't leave.
Yeah. But women also stay. Like, women also stay because they're comfortable. They fear what's on the other side of that. Like, it's not just men not wanting to rock the boat. Women do the same thing. A lot. Like, I've seen it.
What's that?
People staying in situations because they, for whatever reason, whether it be, am I going to get better than this? I don't want to start over. That's a huge excuse. I don't want to start over. And it's like, it's okay to start over, but the fear of getting out there and dating again can be a deterrent.
Do you think we just lack the fortitude that they had in yesteryear
to stay?
Yeah, mental fortitude, testicular fortitude.
Testicular fortitude.
Yes. Like we're weak now.
Yeah, a little bit, yes.
Because what Eddie was saying, you don't do 40 years and be in love all 40 years. There's no way.
No, I think that there's definitely a lack of patience, and the mentality that I can get better, I can do better, and also like there's so many other competing factors that the grass is greener on the other side, and a lot of the times it's not.
Yeah.
So.
Isha, whose fault is it?
I'm going to say men. Only because I feel like men stop leading their households.
You done?
Yeah. Concise. They stop leading the households. And I know you probably say, well, women are running things, but because the men are not, there's no order in the household. And men are the ones that are supposed to set the order. And you guys said basically all a woman wants is for a man to take care of her. So maybe the men are unable to take care of these women now. So that's why they're not leading the households.
Can we talk about the root cause real quick though? Who's raising those men?
Let me. Yeah, that's true like a motherfucker. But let me ask this: whose fault is it, sis?
He said, "Who's raising those men?" We have to. If the men are not in the home, like we're forced to. But whose fault is it? I don't know. White man has a big part to play in this. So I guess men all around. Just men. The men.
Now, when you say men aren't around, right, it doesn't negate Eddie's question because you said that you have no choice but to raise them. The fact is, who is raising them?
Well, a lot of black women are doing the very best they can, and then what you expect?
Okay, go ahead, Eddie.
So what's missing is historical context, right? When the welfare programs and housing programs were introduced into the black community, an overwhelming amount of black women decided to take that on, right? They decided to take this on, which means that that sentiment already existed, but it blew the fuck up. And when you mention a white man, yes, this was a government operated thing, right? But they didn't know that it was going to be so successful, right? So now you have programs where the removal of the black man is the way that you get your benefits, your WIC checks, your low ass rent, all that other shit, right? So now you have generations and generations and generations of black boys almost strictly being raised by black women, right? Now, if you have a generation or several generations of boys being raised by women, they're picking up your tendencies, they're picking up your profound emotionalism, and women tend to function in chaos, right? And they also do not have the wherewithal as to how to functionally be a full man, right? Not one woman on this panel has a penis, so you don't know what it is to be a man. I don't have a vagina. I don't know what it is to be a woman, but I know how to raise a boy through and through and through because I've been through all the shit that he's going to be through, right? So, in terms of you having to do so, yeah, because like there's a removal of men, right? But there's also a generation of men who have only strictly gotten their idea of being a man from women, which means automatic confusion, right? So, I can't hold you. I can't protect you because I don't know how. All my ideas and my emotions are from my mother, from my aunts, from my sister. So I'm profoundly emotional and I can't focus on giving you any type of direction. And when it comes to my kids, they're going to pick up that same level of emotion, particularly the boys, right? So now you're dating a whole bunch of men that are actively low key a mirror of you. So y'all both emotional as fuck. I can't lead you because I don't know how. And here we are, right? So I was just going to provide that context because yes, sis, a part of what you said was right. Yes, Isha, a part of what you said was right, but it was missing context. So it's like, yeah, if you have a generation of sissy ass niggas out here, it makes sense why your dating life is the way it is in terms of overall women. I'm speaking in general, not to anybody on the panel. It makes sense why, there is a disconnect in terms of like who's leading the home. Just keeping it funky.
Yeah, I think it definitely has to matter. So, Asia, whose fault is it? Huh? You on mute? We can't hear you.
I gotta stop using these boost moguls, boy.
Yeah, man. God damn. And Mike, yeah, like with the study, right? We see who is dominated by. We use some people use some experience that was specific to them. Let me show you guys a video real quick. In terms of the desirability.
Nigga, peep game. Dealing with a white chick, right? It's 5:30 in the morning, bro. No crazy long text messages. No blowing up my phone. It's 5:30 in the morning. I've been out since like 10. I left the crib at 10. It's 5:30 in the morning. I call her. No argument when she answered the phone. All I ask her is, what she want from Mickey D's and I'm gonna grab it. No argument, no where you been, no nothing. All she said is get her a burrito, a breakfast burrito. Bro, I can't beat that shit, bro. I ain't do shit. I was just out. But, yo, can't beat that shit. Fuck y'all niggas.
The video.
I don't know, man. If you know me, I have a disdain for black people that date white people. I have a extreme disdain for it.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah,
For sure. But what he was alluding to was the one thing we desire in our top 3: peace. You know, obviously he made a video because you know what I mean. But that peace, I feel like it lacks so much from our women, generally speaking. I
think I accidentally give men peace. Accidentally. Only because, and let me tell you how I accidentally do it. And I hope more of my sisters are able to get to this point in their life where they can accidentally give y'all peace as well. Because I ain't think about y'all. So I just like, even in relation, like it's like almost a gift and a curse because.
But Shan, you say you're not available. Like you ain't really a part of the pot.
Well, I could be though. Tomorrow I could be. I'm an Aquarius. I'm a little weird. Okay.
Oh yeah, this damn horoscope bullshit.
Shan, you were doing so good, Shan.
We're doing so good.
God.
I did that for you.
Man, like we get it, but
y'all can't help but
But
be
no,
women,
my
son.
point.
Like, oh
yeah,
God.
you don't give a fuck about niggas.
I'm being funny, but I'm also being serious. As I've gotten better as a woman, as I've gotten older, there's some stuff like I don't pay attention to enough for it to bother me to mess up your peace because they don't bother me no more. Like there's certain things like I got going on in my life that I have to focus on, so I can't be bothered chasing you up and down the street because I got my own life.
Yeah,
like you know what I mean. So and I accidentally give you peace because I ain't really think about it.
Yeah.
You know what it is men, we let go of a lot. We let a lot of shit slide. I think if we were to point out everything that you do that pisses us off, it'd be a war zone. But women can't. It's almost as if you have like, I'm gonna let go of 2 things, and everything else I'm gonna fucking blow the fuck up. But I agree. I feel like you all could just be our peace, and you would see more unity.
I agree with you, Mike. I agree that y'all will let more stuff go, but I'm able to let it go because you don't live with me. I can just go home. Like you getting on my nerves, I just go home. I don't like.
Shan, they not looking for what you looking for.
Sorry. Okay.
They just not. AJ, you saying something? Huh? We can't hear you. Go out and come back in. God damn, she trying 4 different devices. She got a T-Mobile home internet service.
That's God telling her opinion ain't shit. That's all that is.
How does she work from home? I want to call her employer, be like, she gotta come back into the office. This ain't working out.
This ain't working out, man.
Ain't no way you work from home.
Damn, man. But I like to hear Angel's opinion because the opinion is so
confused.
Well, feminist centric. Like it's so like black girl magic-esque and all that. And I'm just like, where is that getting us in terms of relationships? And I'm just asking, like, where is it actually getting us?
I think we have a standing confused femininity. I say this repeatedly in any discussion I have with women, man. Black women, like, feminism was never your fight, ever. Y'all picked up a whole bunch of bullshit that has absolutely nothing to do with the black community, particularly the dynamics between black men and black women. That shit has fucked up our shit so badly to the degree where I go back to Mike's point. It's just like, yo, like it's to the degree where we have to dismiss a lot of shit that our sisters do in order to have any semblance of peace. Because y'all disrespect us on a consistent basis, and it'll be a subtle little shit. Like even in friendships, it's just like, okay, I'm gonna let that slide because you're not my woman. You know what? I'm gonna let that slide because this and that or whatever. But it gets to the point where we have to check y'all on certain shit, and when we do, it falls back on this. You can't tell black women shit.
Can you give us an example? Like, can we have an example of what you're referring to?
There was one. This is one girl. What's her name? Oh, maybe I shouldn't say her name.
What did she do? What was the action? We can relate to that.
Yeah, so she was like, we was talking about something, and then she did like whatever, get out and like waved her hand in my face type shit. Like, you know what I'm
That
saying?
shit is.
Mike was there.
Yes.
And what's the name? I'm like, bitch, who the fuck? See, I say bitch in real life if I really mean it. Like,
exactly.
I'm not gonna be on the internet saying that bullshit. But if I'm in front of you and you are being a bitch, I'm probably gonna say it. But Mike was like, nah, like, but it's just crazy that they think they could do that shit to. Oh no, Mike, you thinking about the other chick talking about she gonna punch me or some shit?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it happens all the time.
Yeah,
I remember I was at our boy's house, and I'm arguing with a chick, and then she got up off the couch. And I was like, "What?"
Yeah,
like what is that?
Yeah. Like that's fucking that's crazy. Like
yeah.
Because men don't, like, generally speaking, if you don't know a dude, he ain't gonna be like, nigga, like everybody stays calm because you know what can happen.
Yeah, we have a threat of violence. Like there's a fine line that all men understand. It is unspoken, but it's just like if you get up from your couch and we just talking, I'm getting up. Like, what are we doing? Or what's about to happen? But like women do not have that as a consistent, conscious thing. So just like if a chick stand up in front of me, I'll be like, okay, what are you about to do? Because you're not gonna hit me, and if you do, you're gonna go through these floorboards. Like, like don't do that to yourself.
That shit crazy. But just like how y'all be like just a mouthing and just talking to niggas crazy, like it.
I will say, and to Eddie's point, you only see black women talking shit about black men publicly. Like that, if you log on to any social media platform anywhere, you're gonna see. If you want to see anybody talking about black men, it's gonna be black women, and it's gonna be talking about like niggas ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't doing shit. Y'all ain't doing this, and we gotta read that shit every day. You know what I'm saying? Even if we don't prescribe
only
to
cultural group that does that shit on the planet Earth, publicly bashing their own men.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You see how everybody's quiet because they probably participated in it.
I didn't participate, but I agree. I don't participate, but I agree. Y'all also bashed us publicly. It happens in the community. I got it.
Rare.
Profoundly rare. And if it happens, it's in defense of the bullshit we heard.
TikTok? I'm just using TikTok. I'm not cool.
I don't have TikTok.
And you know, it's funny. If you do see it, it's probably because that man is dating somebody that's not black. It's 100% of the time they're like, oh, this is why I don't date black women. But like that's like 1%.
Or he's profoundly effeminate, or he was probably raised by a woman and he's showing it. Only bitch ass niggas spend their time arguing with women.
I don't know. I don't personally bash you guys because it's a lot of energy to do that.
And y'all smell it. Y'all smell the pheromones. You've been in that position. Every woman on this panel has been in that position. When a man is going back and forth with you, in the back of your mind, you're like, why is this nigga arguing with me? Because you know what it looks like when a man doesn't argue with you. You know when you're in the presence of a solid motherfucker because he's not going to argue with you. I'm like, go sit your ass down somewhere. I got time for this shit.
Yep. Like even when I argue with my wife, I get so angry because if it was a man, we would not be arguing. You know what I mean? That's what makes me so mad. Like sometimes I'm like, you wouldn't dare if I could put hands and feet on you. Like that's my thought. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like you're right. Like, that's crazy, man. Damn. Each final thought on this, man. I'm sick of y'all shit. Final thought.
I still think that is men's fault. They are bashing on both ends of the spectrum. I do not participate in bashing black men. Each his own.
Oh no, we must not be Facebook. Maybe I guess we ain't Facebook friends.
We are Facebook friends, but have you seen me bash black men or have you seen me talk about my dating life? There's two different things there.
Are they black?
But I'm not saying, this black man is. No, I'm like, this man, he wanted me to fuck him with a dildo. He's gay, like stuff like that. Like I don't say any other kind of stuff.
Oh, wow. God, what's happening?
That's why I found Isha when she was telling them stories. I said, yo, you gotta come on the thing. Damn, man. Interesting. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a friend. Hey, this has been enlightening and awesome, man. I shout out to y'all, especially some of the first timers. Y'all did y'all thing, man. I remember Isha first time. She almost got fired. So shout out to y'all.